I came here fleeing persecution too. So I would say that Burundi's history is just a history of war and civil unrest.
Alain Nahimana fled war and ethnic violence in Burundi after he was threatened by authorities who took exception to his political affiliations. He was born in Bujumbura, the capital city of the Central African Republic of Burundi. His father was an ambassador, so he spent his teen years in Switzerland. He lived there for 3 years.
It's a short time, yeah, but at that age, it was an age was very important. I think I took some of my... you build a character when you're probably 14, 16, 15, 16, that you forge your character. And being not being in Burundi at that time, being in a school with probably 15 nationalities, different nationalities, was important for some openness, mind openness. Like you don't see the world similarly as.
He says he and his sister were something like rock stars in school because they were the only black people in the school. He also remembers it as the first time he encountered stereotyping.
Because we're coming from Africa, it was a school with the Catholic nuns. And I remember them telling my father that because they come from another system, they have to go 1 year behind than the year where we were, the grade where we were supposed to be. And my father refused. He said, no, either take them or take them somewhere else to study. Let them go to the grade where they belong. If they don't do well, they can redo the year, the grade. And then that year, I remember, was me and my sister, we did well, even very well. That the sister was in charge, told my father, you were right. I think I was making a mistake. But this was kind of préjugé or kind of stereotype that if you come from Africa, you're probably behind.
Nahimana returned to Burundi near the end of his high school years. It was a country that was deeply scarred by war and ethnic tensions, which Nahimana traces back to European colonization. Hutu and Tutsi factions had been vying for control of Burundi for decades, pushing the country into civil war. As a young man in college, Nahimana came face to face with the ethnic tensions in the Tutsi-led government. In 2004, a ceasefire was implemented and Hutu rebels began returning.
And I found out that some of the people coming with the rebels, coming back home after the ceasefire, were some of my classmates actually my classmates at the university. They were Hutus and I knew them very well and they were not extremists. And I came to wonder if I was a Hutu, with all the injustices that has been done to Hutus over years, in terms of exclusion in the political arena, exclusion in other things, in the army, would I have been a rebel myself? I would say probably. I would understand a young Hutu at that time joining the rebellion and fighting the Tutsi government. I probably would have done something if I was Hutu. But again, when they came back, automatically we reconnected, and they were in this party, which was a former rebellion, becoming a political party. So looking around, I said, there is now two other parties. One is exclusively Tutsi, the other one is exclusively Hutu. But this new party with these young people is probably the future. And we need to get together, Hutu and Tutsis, young people, eager to change the country, to change the system, and work together.
Nahimana joined a political party and rose in the ranks.
And then, as usual it happens, the president, the leader of the party, went against each other, and the chairman of the party was jailed. After being jailed, whoever was close to him was in the crosshair of the government and the security services, and that's what happened to me at that time. And I had resigned from all my position in the party, and at some point I got some troubles because I had decided to write a blog criticizing the government anonymously, but some of my colleagues recognized my writing style, and starting suspecting me. And then I was arrested, interrogated, and was able to get released because of friends.
Tipped off that he was being targeted, Nahimana left Burundi and came to the United States, landing first at San Diego. But he knew he would only be a drop in the ocean in San Diego, so he went to visit a friend in Portland and decided to stay.
And when I got here, with people in the community, I saw people from Burundi and other people. I was like, okay, this is where I should start my life. It was cold, but I said, I feel comfortable starting a new life here than in San Diego. I remember looking at where people walk, where you go to hang out. It's like 40 miles difference in a big city like San Diego. So you don't belong anywhere. But like the life I have now since in Poland, wherever I live, I know that if I go in a neighborhood bar, I recognize people, they will say hi. And I can leave my home in Poland, go to work walking, and I can probably go to the same bar that I get used to and create new friends. And I can find people from different communities again and socialize.
His first few months in Portland were difficult, surviving on work fare.
And I remember that first year, the first months, I was not going to do work fare because the work fare was going and cleaning the shelter. Not that cleaning the shelter is bad, but put yourself in my shoes. I just came from Africa where we have domestic workers that do that, where I had a company and I have a staff. Now my new life is I'm cleaning the bathrooms and everything in the shelter.
Eventually, a job at the front desk opened up, allowing him to use his interpreting skills to help other immigrants. Nahimana now leads the main immigrant rights coalition, advocating for immigrant rights and fighting policies that negatively impact immigrants. His experiences with ethnic tensions and working for immigrant rights have taught him a clear lesson.
But the color of your skin or the country you come from doesn't make you be left or right or bad and good. Yeah, that was important.
This is Immigrant Voices. I'm Keith Ludden.